Thanks, everyone, for being with us tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started with an opening statement from the head coach and then go right into questions. If you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand. After coach, we'll have Coco Azama, Charlie Mangieri, Bryce Kurtz, and Ben Bryant coming to talk with you. So we'll go ahead and start with an opening statement. Coach?
I don't know how much of an opening statement there's going to be. Pretty speechless right now. But, I think what we saw tonight is a direct reflection of what this group is all about and the things that those of us that, are in that, with this group day in and day out get a chance to see. We haven't had an opportunity to see that come out in full force yet on game day. And, we saw it tonight. We challenged our group to play with urgency, to play with edge. There's plenty of both in the first half. We found a lot of ways with that edge to shoot ourselves in the foot and hurt ourselves. Challenged the group at halftime to stay the course. We talked this afternoon at the hotel that it was going to be a 4-quarter game, and we were going to show up with that urgency and edge for 4 quarters or for however long it takes. And never could I have imagined it actually going to overtime, but tonight is a great example of, for however long it takes. And again, just such a reflection of what this group really stands for, what they're all about, and look forward to our guys enjoying this victory and getting back to work on Monday and resetting. This is not, just a flash in the pan. This is a result of a great week of practice. They showed up on Monday focused. They were challenged by their captains, by our coaching staff, by one another, and great Tuesday, great Wednesday is just a totally different level of energy at practice. Now the challenge moving forward is to find a way to start that process again on Monday.
I have to guess this is your biggest emotional high since coming here. You kind of touched on it, but how do you kind of build on this and keep this mentality through the week and not let this emotional high kind of crash down?
I think it all starts off with our leadership and our captains. And part of the leadership, obviously, is me. And, something that I was really honest with our group about. I feel like I've been, God's given me a gift to have patience and poise with a deep burning fire inside me of passion and competitive spirit. And, I think, at times over the course of the last couple of weeks, I've really leaned into that patience and poise and haven't put on full display that fire, competitive spirit. And I just told our guys, I said, you're going to see more of that out of me. And, and we saw more of that out of our captains and our leadership, and we saw it at practice. So I got to set the tone from Monday moving forward and just continue to show up for this team.
Coach, Ben Bryant had an amazing game, one of the best in recent memory by a Northwestern quarterback. What did it mean to you to see him play so well, and including coming back from what looked like a little bit of an injury there?
You know what? Certainly very proud of Ben. Just as proud of our offensive line, our wide receivers, our backs. I mean, we've talked about it. Ben knows he needs to play better, but everyone around him, knows that they need to step up their level of play. And that's what was on full display tonight. What I'm most proud of Ben for is just the resiliency and toughness and the intangibles. I mean, if you want to, get an indication of who Ben Bryant is and what he stands for, all you had to do is watch him put on that on full display for a full game tonight.
Coach, obviously going into the fourth quarter down 31-10, what can you say about the resilience of this team?
You know what? I'll tell you what. I kept going up and down the sideline, and again, this is what it comes back to in terms of this team. For the first time since I've been here, you looked in their eyes, you looked at their body language, and they weren't flinching. Coach, we got this. We got this. We talked about 4 quarters or however long it takes. We got this. There was belief. They expected victory tonight, and they achieved it.
And Coach, just to follow up on that, we saw in one of the videos that Northwestern released earlier this year during the mock game here at Ryan Field, you told the team that this team's going to win in the fourth quarter. What made you think of that and see that in camp, and then what does it mean to show it again here tonight?
It's what this program has embodied for a long, long time. Duking it out for 4 quarters. It's a reflection of the character on this team. I can't thank the staff within our athletic department, especially those that work over here at Ryan Field, enough. They've worked really diligently with us to make some adjustments in terms of how we do game day. Really make it feel like our guys that it's a home field advantage to be at Ryan Field. You could sense that in week 1, or week 2, but week 1 at home, and then again tonight. we got to protect Ryan Field. We got to wear people out and start to wear people down in the second half, and then we got to find ways to win games in the fourth quarter. And we embodied that tonight. We have to continue to embody just that.
Coach, the defense played a big role in you guys being able to get back in the game. Were there any specific plays that really stood out, or any players you felt like were the reason you guys were able to kind of stop Minnesota in its tracks?
I think the film will tell us more about that. We all were frustrated with the performance in the first half, and again, a lot of it was self-inflicted, whether it be communication breakdowns or busted plays. And again, that in a lot of ways, I got to be self-reflective and clean some of that stuff up for our defense in the first half. But I think what you saw in the second half was just clean football, good leverage, good tackling, and just a sense of belief and momentum.
We'll go back first then.
Coach, you mentioned the resilience of Ben Braun. This is the most passes he's thrown in a game since November 2021. What does it mean to you and the rest of the staff that he's willing to go out there and go in drive after drive, even when, as we saw, he looked a little banged up?
It's the brotherhood. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Everyone on that sideline was willing to do whatever it took tonight to get the job done. You certainly hope that you're not in games regularly like this where you have to throw out that much, but it's what it required tonight. So stinking proud of them.
Coach, large student section to start the game kind of dwindled towards the end, but the people who stayed stormed the field for you guys. What did it mean to you to interact with the fans at the end of the game?
It's incredible. It's what we've talked about. Why do you come to Northwestern as a student athlete or just a student? It's a world-class education with Big Ten athletics, and a great opportunity to experience the best of both worlds. And I hope those that stayed for the fourth quarter are excited to come back next weekend and have a similar experience. What a great opportunity for our student athletes and our students to interact and really make this experience at Northwestern something that everyone's enjoying together. I mean, that's, my gosh, what an unbelievable night for Big Ten football at a place like Northwestern. Can't beat it. Dream come true.
Coach, a monster game from Bryce Kurtz. What do you see from him in the build-up to this week's game that allowed him to put forth such a dominant performance? And what do you see from him out there today that just 215 yards, 2 touchdowns? Amazing.
Confidence and consistency out of that young man. Confidence and consistency. The young man is confident. He believes in himself. He believes in his teammates. And it's consistency. I mean, since the day I arrived, just the way that he approaches practice, it's confidence, it's consistency, and it's so cool to see it pay off the way that it did tonight. But it's not surprising anyone within our program. That's what we expect out of Bryce.
Go back here first.
Can you give us any context on that final play? Did you know it was going to be the home run hitter, and what were your thoughts and feelings as Ben delivered that ball to Charlie?
A.J. Henning grabbed me. He goes, "Coach, we got you. We're going to win this football game." And I had just finished up a conversation with the defensive staff and flipping over to the offense. Credit to Coach Bajaki and the offensive staff for dialing up the execution, and couldn't have been completed to a better representation of what this program's all about. I mean, Charlie's been a big reason why this program has continued to build throughout the month of July and August, and man, what a neat moment. Started off with a big time goal line stand by our defense, and for us to come out on the first play and dial that one up was pretty darn cool. I'll never forget storming the field with our team, seeing Coach Jenick's face as the tight ends coach and special teams coordinator. Pretty unforgettable.
A couple more.
Coach, I know you talked about when you were down multiple scores in the second half, what your players said to you. Did you have a specific message for them in any of the timeouts that may have turned something around there? Stay the course.
Stay the course. It was the results weren't showing up yet, but the areas that this group had been challenged in working up to that point was showing up. Stay the course. And I'll tell you what, I can't tell you how many young men came up to me over the course of this game. Coach, we got this. We got this. And again, a reflection of them and just how special of a group this is. I can't tell you how many young men said, "Coach, we got you. We got you. We're doing this." And all that tells me is that there is a group that believes in one another and cares about one another very deeply.
Two more. David.
Coach, obviously 7 penalties tonight, a lot of holdings that negated big plays. How do you clean that up quickly before a really good team like Penn State comes in?
Got to clean some things up, but I'll tell you what, I don't think we were penalized enough until this game. Sometimes penalties, aggressive penalties where we're straining, I'll live with those. So we're going to keep playing with urgency and edge, and we'll let the officials officiate the game. But there's some things that technique-wise, we can clean up and moving our feet. But I'll tell you what, I don't think we were playing with enough edge in the first 3 games. And I'll live with penalties that are aggression penalties, guys playing their butts off. And I think that's what we saw tonight.
Coach, this is your second home game, but it's the first with the students and recruits or commits in the building. What does it mean to you to make a statement like this?
I'll tell you what, I think it just tells our story. It tells the story of the guys that are a part of this team. And for any young man that was here as a recruit that didn't see what that group's all about and not want to be a part of it, what a special experience for those recruits. And again, for the students and the Northwestern community as a whole, what a great rallying moment for all of us to look forward to what this team is going to do moving forward and the story that they're going to write.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For nearly 400 yards to lead a 21-point comeback down the field and to connect on 2 touchdowns, 1 to tie it, 1 to win. What's just this day been like for you now with your first big moments here as a Wildcat?
Yeah, I feel good. I'll be good. But it's a lot of emotions. As a team we've been through so much, and it's so nice to get that victory in the West and to do it the way we did. It came down to more than 4 quarters, which Coach Braun talks about all the time, and I'm very happy with our team and how we executed.
Right. Question for Charlie. Could you walk us through that last play of the game and kind of going into the huddle? Did you know the ball was going to you and you would have a chance to win the game?
Yeah, I had a good feeling the ball was going to come to me. We kind of glanced at it as our mechanic, so it's going to get called from up top from Coach Jake, and we just got to fake the down block and then run a little a loop, and then the ball kind of got lost in the light a little bit for Ben's throw, but it was a good ball. Caught the ball obviously, and then got it in there for the win. So it was fun stuff.
Yeah, Ben, it looked like you were nagging an injury later on in the game. Can you kind of talk about that and how you kind of still went on being resilient and kind of managed that and kind of led your team to victory?
Yeah, it's a violent game, and you're gonna get hit, scraped, cut. Bruised up. Like, it happens, and we signed up to play a physical sport, and you just got to deal with it and keep pushing for your brothers that you work so hard with, and come out with a win today.
Ben, you had 33 completions tonight. Obviously had the game-tying touchdown with seconds left, had the game-winning touchdown. Was there a favorite throw from tonight?
No. I just got to give Coach Jake credit. He dialed up some great plays, and I'm just happy to have him as a coach, and just happy to be with these guys that make so many plays for me.
And just from a psyche standpoint, after the first 3 games hadn't gone so well for you, how badly did you need a performance like this?
Yeah, the first 3 games were definitely frustrating for me, with just the production on offense in general, and I was really happy with just everyone. I think a ton of people got the ball today. We spread it out. Everyone contributed today, and I think as a whole offense, there's a lot of positives to take away from today, and then there's also stuff that we need to improve on and can get better at. I had two down the field throws that were probably touchdowns, and I missed them early in the game. And that game, we're not going to be in that big of a hole if I hit those. So I'm excited to get back out there this coming week and work on that and get better.
You guys are both in your 6 seasons of college football. What does it mean to you to have a game like this after so much experience and to experience it together?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I know we've both gone through some adversity in our 6 years. It means a lot. Our guys are very resilient. Ben's also very resilient, coming back and doing what he did today. It just means a lot. It hasn't really set in, but yeah, it's a big one for all of us.
Ben, you threw 49 passes tonight. That's the most you've thrown in a single game since November of 21. What does it mean to you that not only the coaching staff but also your teammates have the trust in you to make those throws when you need to?
Yeah, I think, like I said before, we just have so many playmakers, and we're going to do what we think is going to help us win the game. And we were running the ball well, and then we got behind, so we were kind of forced to throw the ball. I'm just happy to have a great group of guys, great skill players, tight ends. Our tight end room is so deep. it doesn't matter who's in there at tight end, receiver. Like everyone's going to come in there and make a play, and it's good to have those guys.
Can you both kind of take us through that final play? What was going through your heads pre-snap when you made the catch, and what it was like on the field afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, we practice that play every week, and it doesn't always look pretty. And I was like, please be there, please be there. We kind of gave a little nod to each other in the huddle, and but it goes back to that trust. Like I trust Charlie that he's gonna go out there and make the play, and he trusts me that I'm gonna make the throw, and we trust the play caller too. And thankfully, it was a perfect look for that play, and we executed.
I got one for each of you, Charlie, as well the captains of this team. What's your message to the group during the fourth quarter when you're starting to build this comeback, and also what does it say about the resilience of this group?
Yeah, I mean, we've been preaching it this whole week. It's just kind of keep your edge. We had a very tough week of practice, obviously coming off the top defeat. So after that fourth quarter, I think we had a lot of momentum. Starting in the second half, we knew if we could stay in the ball game going into the fourth quarter, we could out-physical them. I think we played a very physical game on the line of scrimmage, and yeah.
And then for Ben, just talk to us about Bryce Kurtz, what you saw from him tonight and your relationship with him.
Oh, I love Bryce. I mean, since the moment I came in, he welcomed me in with open arms, and he's been such a fun guy to be around, not only on the field but off the field too. And I think we kind of fostered that chemistry when I first came in, just hanging out off the field, and then that translated on the field, and we're always talking, picking each other's brains on what we're gonna do and how we're gonna execute a certain route, and I'm just so happy for him. I don't think today was his first touchdown he's ever scored in his whole career, and he had 2 of them. So it's just the start for him, and I'm just really happy for him.
Your coach talked a lot about the conversations you had and your confidence in each other not wavering. And can you give us an insight into those conversations, telling him how you guys knew you were going to come back this whole time and how your confidence was able to stay there throughout, even being down 21 points?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just we believe today, and no matter how much we were down, I mean, we've been down in I think every game we've played, and but I think what you saw in practice from us this week translated into the game, and the coaches really stressed to us just to have that edge and flip that switch. And I think that we flipped that switch, and we kept that switch flipped the whole game, no matter what the score was. And it was really cool to see that from our guys, because we needed that. We needed that today, and I'm so happy that we kept that mentality the whole game and ended up victorious.
And you guys are now 2-0 at home with Penn State coming to town, kind of getting into the crux of your Big Ten schedule. Do you guys feel like this is a legitimate home field advantage? You guys are kind of responding to the energy in the stadium?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You saw the student section come out. I mean, I think there was their first game back, so it was good to see them. I think we need the fans to keep coming out and keep cheering us on. It's always great to see. So definitely home field advantage. You always got to protect home field. That's what Coach Braun preaches. So it was great to see the fans out today.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Guys. Have a good night.
Coco and Bryce coming in next. Same thing, we'll go right into questions for Coco and Bryce. If you have a question, raise your hand and direct it to either Coco or Bryce.
Bryce, obviously, just how you feel after tonight, over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, your first ever collegiate touchdown. What does this night mean to you and to get the win in the ball?
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely meant a lot. I mean, I put in a lot of work. I've had 4 knee surgeries over the past 4 years. So tonight really just, brought it all to light and really just showed me why all that hard work and all that time put in the training room, on the field, taking extra reps, like why it all paid off. So really excited about the win. Definitely got to keep it going. My performance, I'm going to leave it behind me and try to do it again next week. So we really just got to keep going and continue to win.
Just to follow up on that, one drive, you had every catch and the touchdown, 3 receptions for 69 yards. What was working so well on that drive that you think made you so open and able to punch it almost single-handedly with Ben?
Yeah, no, really just our preparation. Me and Ben, we talk a lot, whether that be about football, whether it be about whatever, but really just trusting him and then him trusting me. I feel like we've got it done on that drive with simply just trust and preparation.
Bryce, how do you see that 80-yarder develop, and just what's that like, and what thoughts are going through your mind?
You talking about the 80-yard, just the one pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, we run that play in practice all the time. It was a double move. We knew that their corner was going to play aggressive just because it was, I think, like 2nd and 15 at the time. So we really, Coach Jake, he dialed that up in the press box really well, and I just had to execute and run a good route, and Ben delivered the ball. So, yep.
Coco, I mean, team falling down 31-10. How does the defense stay locked in and stay focused to know that when you guys stand pat, the offense is going to have your back? How do you kind of make that decision and make that turnaround?
I mean, I think it goes back to practice this week. We were all talking about finding our edge and not losing that edge. No matter what happened, we knew it was going to be a haymaker type of fight. Like, no jabs, just straight throwing haymakers the whole time and look up when the bell rings. So that's what we did. We kept forward, we kept pushing, and we got it done.
Coco, speaking of haymakers, that overtime hit, can you walk me through that play?
Actually, that was Devin Turner who got that one. He did hit him really good on that bang route they had. They've been running that play a lot, so he got a pretty good break on that, and he had delivered a nice blow.
Coco, a lot of safeties might not like to be the tackle leader for the team, but you had 10 tonight. What did it mean for you to kind of be flying around there and making plays downhill?
I actually started off as a linebacker, so it's kind of just in my blood a little bit, you know. Just being able to run around and set the tone, I kind of see myself as a tone setter, and just being able to finally get back into the flow of the game and things like that, it felt good.
Coco, you mentioned the mentality of not looking up till the bell rings. Going into halftime down 31-10, how did that mentality help you guys come back out and stay strong and play a much better second half defensively?
Honestly, just what this team has been through, we knew it would be a lot of ups and downs, and we never lost faith. We know if we wanted to get where we wanted to go with this season, we're going to have to fight adversity like this. And, I mean, going into that locker room, it was no one was blanking. Everybody was staring it down, and we were ready to go.
There was a couple of plays, one on one of Minnesota's last drive, I think it was a 3rd and 2 that you guys stopped them, forced the punt, and then obviously in overtime stopping them towards the goal line to force that field goal. What's the mentality when there's such short yardage to gain and you know you have to step up and make a play?
It's kind of a bend, don't break mentality. We preach all the time field goals won't beat us because we know our offense go back out there and score. So whenever we get into those 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, whatever it may be, and just we fall back on our techniques and things like that, and we know we'll get it done.
This is for both of you. Bryce kind of touched on this. You guys have both gone through injuries. Charlie's been through an injury. I'm more curious about, like, how did you feel, not just going through this for yourself, but going through this game together and, like, your experience just, like, going through that wave of emotions, really, and, like, just going through all of this?
I mean, it's a lot, obviously. I mean, during the offseason, like, these are the guys that we put all the work in. These are the guys that's, like, you know, you're dying in workouts on a Friday workout, competitions and stuff like that. And we all make each other better. So really just to go out there and execute as a team based off the work that we've all put in together, that's really rewarding, and it feels good.
Coco, going into overtime, knowing that Minnesota is going to be up first, what was the mood like in the defense? And then what went into, as you said, field goals don't beat you guys. So what went into then forcing that field goal and watching the offense get the win?
Honestly, just going into that overtime period, we knew the offense was hot. We knew the offense was rolling, so we knew they were going to get a touchdown no matter what. So we were just thinking like, hey, man, if we force a field goal, if we force a turnover, whatever it may be, we knew the offense had us. So we just kind of piggybacking off the offense at that point because they were just going down, scoring, and all we knew, we just needed to stop.
You guys are now 2-2 on the season through 4 games, kind of a third of your season. What kind of identity do you get from the sense of this team and where it's headed for the rest of the year?
Honestly, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of ways you can answer that question, but it's just a never give up mentality. I mean, we know we have an edge going on into this season. We have a lot of the eyes looking at us, and just being able to, especially when you're down 31-10, just being able to hone in onto what we've been doing all summer. I mean, Bryce alluded to it. We're going through hell all summer, you know, workouts, everything that's going on right now, and just being able to fall back on that. Like you said, a quarter of the season is over, and we got it all to look forward to.
I got one for each of you. Coco, David Braun's your 3rd defensive coordinator while you've been here. What have you seen out of Braun as a defensive play caller, and then once he stepped up into that head coaching role, what's been the biggest difference you've seen from his jump now to the leader of the program?
Honestly, I just feel like Coach Braun's just a great guy overall. I mean, when he first got into the program, his first thing that he did was getting to know everybody. I mean, he's always been there, and people want to go to war and fight for that guy. I mean, I lost my brother a month ago, and first things first, he was like, hey, do you need to go home? What do you need to do? Do you need me to come there with you? Do you need me to come to the funeral? And then he sent Coach Mack to come to the funeral with me. So just seeing that guy cares that much for us and things like that, and it's never wavering no matter what happens. He didn't blank when he got thrown into this role, and he's reached out to everybody on the team, and like, I want to go fight for somebody like that.
And then Bryce, for you, that 2-minute drive at the end of the game, you know that it's your last opportunity. What is the poise in that huddle like in terms of knowing that you guys can get down the field and get it done?
Yeah, I mean, it's just really like the bend, don't break, like Coco said. Yeah, we really just have like the mentality, like we just got to go get another one. Like, we have to. There's no other option. I think that's exactly like the mindset of everybody in that huddle. We just really got to go another touchdown and score, and that's exactly what we did.
You mentioned some of the stuff, that you had to do on the field over the summer. Obviously, there was a lot off the field that this team had to deal with. What would your message be to people who maybe paid attention to this program for reasons not related to the action on the field to see how far you've come since all of that?
I honestly just say let our players do the talking. This group of guys, we know the type of men we are. We know we're high character men, and we can't pay attention to the noise. So we go out there every day, fighting for what we want to fight for, fighting for our family, fighting for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and that's all we have to do. Like, we can't change opinions on us. We can just change how people look at us by the way we play.
Yeah.
Bryce, that 80-yard touchdown was the first score for Northwestern in this game. What was sort of the reaction from your teammates, and how did that help you guys, start to rally back in the second half?
Yeah, no, the reaction was great. I mean, like, they knew it was my first two, so then when I got to the sideline, they were all, huddling around me, pushing me around and stuff like that. But it also just changed, like, the energy of our sideline. I think that's what kind of, like, kicked it in, and I kind of, like, realized, all right, let's go. We can win this game. Like, it's not over. So really just, like, being able to bring that energy to the team and help us come out on top was big for me.
These are the type of games, you envision as a kid, rushing the field, game-winning touchdown. Where does this game rank for you guys in your football careers?
Honestly, it's the best one because it's the last one. So I'm going to enjoy it. You know what I mean? We got 24 hours with it. But after this, it's on to the next. So I'm going to enjoy it right now. Like you said, this is big. Like, this is exactly what you want to play ball for, like rushing the field. This is what you dreamed of as a kid. This is why you work so hard. But, yeah, it's nice.
Talking about that rushing the field, the students who stayed, joined you guys in the end zone, what did it mean for both of you to see that student interaction in the first game back?
No, yeah, I mean, it definitely meant a lot. I mean, just looking up there every second I could and seeing the students in the stands, like, I really do appreciate you guys. Yeah, it definitely means a lot to the team. We love when you guys show up and support, so keep coming for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.